I think Chris Bowen should be a hero, right? I genuinely think he should, because what they're doing right now won't work, and it will cost every single one of you more than you can afford. And for the people I represent, they just can't pay. We have one of the lowest per capita incomes in the country. For myself and Lou O'Brien, the member for Wide Bay that's here. They can't, $20 a week for them is too much. So we'll fight this. We will fight this every way, and I have done for 10 years, and I'll continue to do it. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to come back to the voice. Now, many of you will be thinking, what on earth has that got to do with electricity generation? There's a small town in South Australia called Kimba. Now, the people of Kimba have just gone through 8 years of consultation, argument, to try and land Australia's low-level radioactive waste facility, a facility that this country desperately needs, which we have been trying to secure for more than 4 decades. 4 decades. 16 ministers have attempted to get this done. I allocated a site in my previous role, and it's just been knocked over by the courts. Now, the judges made their decision, and that's fine. But it was brought by the Bengala people, and that's fine. They're entitled to do that. But in terms of native title, the block of land had none. In terms of the vote, well, none of the Bengala people, as far as I'm aware, lived in the region, so they didn't get to vote. It had 63% support from the local community. Now, that was enough to change the marriage laws in Australia. And yet, we now have a federal Labor government who will not appeal that decision. And in fact, they could remake the decision tomorrow. They could remake the decision. They could deem the site. We can stand up in Parliament and say, that's it, it is going there. So after tens of millions of dollars, and keep in mind, we started with 26 locations, narrowed down to 3. Good work from Senator Matt Canavan, who I know some of you have heard of. And guess what? You eventually have to get to 1. Kimba was the right site, freehold land, support from the community. It's in the right place. They wanted it because they wanted to drive their economy. They knew into the future that would be good for them. And there are 700,000 doses of nuclear medicine issued from just down the road at Lucas Heights every single year to treat patients for cancer, to do PET scans. And we will run out of space for the storage of the waste that produce. And it is gloves and gowns and disposables and needles, and we just have to deal with them. And now we have gone back to the beginning. And to me, that is unacceptable. Since when were the minority the priority? Every single Australian needs this facility. It should be delivered. And I want to apologise to the people of Kimba for what they've gone through, because they fought for this. And can you imagine how tough that is in your local community? Rowan Ramsey, the local member, is just an absolute champion. And I think it's really damaged him a lot, because he was hopeful that this would get over the line. But come back to nuclear. If we can't land a low-level radioactive waste facility in Australia for gloves and gowns, how on earth are we going to manage high-level out of AUKUS? So it is a dangerous time over the next few years. But federal Labor has committed to this. We will hold them to account. We expect they'll deliver them. And Chris Bowen has the opportunity to be a hero. Let's just get on with it, deliver nuclear energy for this country. It is in our national interests, and let's fight for what's right.